fantastic displays from the man who finally broke his Premier League duck on Thursday. Hadn't won a game all campaign. He then goes and wins the night in Berlin. And maybe he's going to use that as a platform to get his first ever European Tour title. He was in a real battle against Darius Labanauskas, but overcame the Lithuanian to win 6-4, averaging 105. He went one better against Cameron Menzies. Brilliant display against Menzies earlier this afternoon with a barrage of real power scoring. And he will be heavy favourite to win this second quarter-final of the evening in Riese, because not many were expecting Karel Sedlacek to get to this stage. He's beaten 3 Dutchmen along the way. Jermaine Wattimena, who's been playing some really good darts on the Euro Tour for the last couple of years. Danny Noppert, who's always a hard player to shake off. And he beat Raymond van Barneveld in a decider, with Barney averaging a ton for the tournament. So, Sedlacek has definitely earned his spot in the last 8. He has never reached a European Tour semi-final before. He has never beaten Stephen Bunting before. Is this the night for Evil Charlie? Or will Stephen Bunting continue to roll on in fine fashion, Mark Wilson?
Two players in fine form this afternoon. You mentioned the 106 average, near enough for Bunting. Well, Karel Sedlacek posted his best figures, 105, near enough his average this afternoon in that win over Barney. He dodged a few bullets en route. Can he dodge the bullet here and make it through to a first ever semi-final? Sure, I've come dressed as a pigeon. Well, takes all sorts.
140.
What a difference a week makes for Stephen Bunting. Couldn't buy a win, could he, on the Premier League circuit? And he wins in Berlin.
81.
And he's here now looking for a first ever European Tour title. Remarkably, it's his 23rd quarter-final. So he's had plenty of cracks at the latter stages, but only made 2 finals.
100.
A point to prove, maybe.
Yeah, those 2 finals. One of them actually coming in Czechia. Lost to Jamie Hughes
60.
6 years ago now, and then was beaten by Krzysztof Ratajski and Jena a couple of years ago. But this version of Stephen Bunting that we've seen in the last couple of years looks more well-equipped to win tournaments like this.
Yeah, when Karel was interviewed after his win earlier, he said he was looking forward to coming back tomorrow to play. Then realised he had to come back tonight, so... Bunting looking to take out the opening leg.
55.
Well, Sedlacek's going to get a look at 160. Well then. Couldn't follow it in.
100.
Even the referees have got fans now.
Yes, Hugh Ware is refereeing this game.
Yes. Bunting looking at 2 10s. And he gets 2 10s. Speaking of the referees, Dan, you and I witnessed Kirk Bevins and his army of fans. He was signing autographs, wasn't he, at the side of the commentary box earlier on?
140.
Yep, those placards can be devalued somehow, even though they're dished out for 3. Just get Mr. Bevins' signature.
55. $41.
Karel want to get a leg on the board here. Winner of this one will take on Luke Humphries. Despite admitting yesterday he wasn't quite feeling it here in Riese, as post a couple of ton-topping averages and serene progress made through to the final 4. He looks the one to beat at the moment.
60.
Yeah, in his interview with Philip Brzezinski after, you just looked at Luke Humphries' demeanour and thought, you're in the mood tonight. Stephen Bunting's in the mood as well, the first 180 of the game.
Yeah, Still to come, Josh Rock will take on Nathan
60.
Aspinall. Martin Schindler will take on Peter Wright. Schindler, the defending champion. He's looking to go back-to-back in Riesa. Aspinall's looking to go back-to-back on the European Tour.
57. 94. Stephen, you require 150.
2 treble 19s and double 18. No, starts on top. Stays there because it was a great guy. Double 15.
135.
That's the danger of going that route. When you leave an odd numbered double and go inside, you've then got to burn a dart. That's if Bunting comes back. Double 16 for Karel.
74.
Bunting will be back.
Stephen,
Yeah,
you
that was
require
a
15.
presentable opportunity there for Sedlacek. What can Bunting do here? 3 for double 6. Good mark of that, surely. Oh,
9.
now then. The chance to break
Karel,
has
you
been and
require
gone.
32.
Double 16. It's about an inch away. Now, how can he slide this third dart in between the first two?
24. Stephen, you require 6.
This already feels like a pivotal leg in the match. 2 for double 2. Now double 1.
No score.
Well, this has got messy, hasn't
Karel,
it?
you require 8.
Karel coming back. The Bunting blows another opportunity to break the throw.
Games on the second leg. Karel
Sedlacek holds his nerve and holds his
Third
throw,
leg,
and it's
Stephen
1-1.
first. Game on.
I don't think many would have expected to see a 23 darter in this quarter-final.
97.
Plenty of time, though, for the level to rise.
100.
It's easy to forget that Karel Sedlacek at the end of last year, despite looking quite safe on the tour, there was a horrible combination of results at Ali Pali which forced him to go back to Q School. Picked his card back up at the first time of asking.
180.
Wins for Connor Scott, Rob Owen and Nick Kenny that saw Sedlacek have to journey back to Calcutta.
85.
And he's become something of a Q School expert. He's got it sussed. And he'll be on the tour for this year and next year.
Yeah, it was a brutal run, wasn't it? As we were all watching that
140.
battle between the two Welshmen to see who was going to keep the card. In the end, they both did, and it was Karel who missed out.
100.
And it was a Welshman that actually knocked him out in round 1 in Rhys Griffin. I don't think he'll be visiting too often. Bunting looking to visit double 12, and that's a much better third leg, an 11 darter. Normal service is being resumed.
Yeah,
59.
a slight improvement on the opening 2 legs. Averages will improve. We had a lot of missed starts at double in that second leg that never any good for
60.
average watchers.
$59.
Bunting,
60.
only 60. Ice cream man's doing roaring trade here in Riesa.
I don't know why it's freezing outside.
140.
Never too cold for an ice cream, Dan. Come on, you know that. Another max.
180.
3 and 3 legs for the bullet.
60.
Well, Karel was in fine form this afternoon. Really good form as he beat Barneveld in a thriller. He's not quite been at those levels yet. However, if he can hold his throw
58.
here, he knows he can improve.
Oh,
that's nice cover shooting from the man
Stephen, you require
from Czechia.
143.
He would probably expect to come back. Even Bunting can't take out 1-4-3.
57.
Player who, due to his run, the quarterfinals this weekend, is now the world number 4. 8-8 for Karel Sedlacek.
33.
He's having some trouble, isn't he?
86.
The animals are here. I'm sure they've been called worse things. Single 18 will leave the ball. He's played that very safe. Bullseye for a break.
61.
Well, the line was good, but just over-pitched.
Karel Sedlacek is sticking with Stephen Bunting, despite currently averaging sub-80.
Game on.
In a big gulf in the scoring stakes of the game. Bunting could have been 4-0 up.
140.
Could have been. We've seen this a few times, haven't we, this week? The player that's seemingly been on the back foot has just managed to find a way to stick
59.
in the game, and then late on has pounced to win it late. Is that what Sedlacek is planning on doing here?
$140. $97.
Bunting. His tournament average still well over a ton. And on the back of darts like that, it's probably going to stay there.
$84. Stephen, you require 81.
Double 12.
69.
Can't win this leg in 4 visits, but he's miles in front of Sedlacek.
Yeah. Evil Charlie will not be pleased
57.
with this leg of darts. He's
Stephen,
still
you
not down to a
12.
finish. The Bunting with time. Pins the double 6 right in the middle. Still on throw. Another good leg of darts from Bunting.
140.
Been some run, hasn't it, for Karel,
100.
beating Watermaner, Noppert and Van Barneveld as he did do. Tight games, and he's come out on the right end of all 3.
140.
Yeah, he's got a thing for playing against the Dutch. He'll be hoping that Stephen's middle name is Van.
100.
Can he get down to a finish here? Yes, he can.
100.
Leaves the 1-2-1. He's not had a ton-plus finish yet in the tournament, Sedlacek.
$140. Karel, you require 121.
When he's considering his options, he did go down for treble 17, which suggests to me he would have gone for the bullseye at the end, but calculated risk in that scenario. Bunting back on 161.
You require 161.
The bullet has had a big fish this weekend. He's not going to add a 161 to it at this moment.
57. Karel, you require 24.
Well, they left double 12. Oh, that was a wild dart.
18.
And that one is the wrong side of the
Stephen, you
wire. So a leg that
104.
Sedlacek looked in absolute cruise control. All of a sudden, the bullet might be about to pounce. That's a great dart. That is a wonderful dart that leads to another ton-plus out for Bunting. And that could be a crucial moment in this quarter-final tie.
Game on.
How he managed to squeeze that second dart into treble 18. Majestic from the bullet. It's a first break of throw.
100.
Oh, surgery, keyhole surgery.
26.
Is Karel running out of steam?
140.
These are difficult days on the European Tour. It's not a case of play your match, go back to the hotel and relax. You've got to play your match and then come back and go through the process again in the same day. Why, these are incredibly difficult tournaments to win.
Yeah, I had reference earlier on to the fact that he did say in his interview about coming back tomorrow. I genuinely think he thought he was coming back tomorrow. A little bit shocked when he realised he'd be back on again tonight.
125. Stephen, you require 121.
Right. Is there another ton plus out coming for the bullet? Well, there might just be. There might just be.
85.
Well, that was way off target, but he'll be back for that double 18.
$140. Stephen, you require 36.
Josh Rock will be in action next up against Nathan Aspinall. And Stephen Bunting decides to split, leave double 8.
20. Cavalier requires 70.
Well, that was a risk. And that's a great dart. Can he hit the double? Oh,
60.
no. And this is where it's going wrong for Sedlacek at the moment. He cannot find the
Stephen, you
doubles.
require 16.
Nearer to the metal number, but that was straight in at double 8.
Bunting. 8th leg, Karel Sedlacek. $99.
Well, the bullet is one away from a semi-final.
140.
Twice he has been beaten in the final of a European Tour event. It's tonight,
60.
Bunting's time. Been a great run for Sedlacek, but he's never looked comfortable tonight, has he? He's been hanging around in the
59.
opening exchanges, but you always felt he was relying on Bunting dropping drastically in level, and that's not happened.
100.
Yeah, the 2 legs that Karel has won, Bunting missed 5 opportunities in the second leg. He missed 1 in the second leg that Sedlacek won. It's been a case of him trying to cling on. He's given Stephen very little to worry
98.
about.
$105.
Well, what a way to set up a match-winning opportunity. His 4th max, and it looks all over
121.
for the man from Czechia.
Stephen, you require 24.
Great setup from Karel, but he's relying on snookers now to come back. And Stephen Bunting does not afford any more opportunities to Karel Sedlacek, who's had a very brave run to the quarterfinals of the International Darts Open. He's played some fantastic stuff, but he faltered quite drastically in that quarterfinal. Stephen Bunting wasn't at his best, below par compared to his 2 performances already, but he was comfortable. He has done enough to get the job done against Karel Sedlacek, winning by 6 legs to 2.